Hi, this is Fettercairn. You might see an arch in front of you, and a monument, and a sign over there saying Fettercairn, Cairn O Mount, Clattering Brig, Strachan and Bankery, the B794. Bonny wee village, not a big village, Fettercairn, but worth a trip, and it's worth coming this way to go up Cairn O Mount. There's not much snow. You might catch a glimpse of snow up on the mountains, but there's not much now, if any, left on the lower land here. Now this is not yet driving up to Cairn O Mount. You'll pass a wee cafe on the left, well, a big cafe, called the Clattering Brig, which means the noisy bridge. And then you'll go over a bridge which isn't clattering, it's not noisy. And then you start the climb up Cairn O Mount. We'll go up to the top of the cairn. I'll shoot some video up there while I'm there on another camera, and I'll join it up to this in the editing, just so you can see the view from up there, because it's a clear day, the sun's shining, and what more can I say? It's Scotland, it's still cold, well, coldish, it's 6 degrees, that's centigrade, so it's a positive heat wave to the locals. Just that I moved away many years ago to warmer climes, so I only come back 3 weeks a year, but I call it my freezer weeks. I look out the comms, the woolly underwear, the thermals as they call them, the thermals, and then I don them. I bring a couple of 3 pairs, so I've got a pair for every week. Cleanliness is next to godliness, so they say. Now here's a lovely wee bridge. Anything coming the other way, you hit them. But what the heck? This is the Scottish countryside. There's a bit of history to Cairn O Mount, but also there's a wee place near there called Drumtochty, which I'm going to do a separate video of, because it's got a grand wee church called St. Palladius. I didn't even know St. Pal had a Ladius, but that's how it goes. Anyway, Cairn O Mount itself's got a bit of history, and because it's a fair bit of history, I've put it in the title, somewhere up at the top of the video, a bit of reading. It's not joined up writing, so everybody should be able to read it fairly well. I just realised that sounded a bit condescending, and it was meant to be funny, which just goes to show what a funny sense of humour some of us have got, especially me. Anyway, it's my video. If I want to make it sound condescending, that's down to me. If you like the video, you can tell everybody. Say, hey, you've got to go and see this video. This guy is great. On the other hand, if you don't like the video, just go, get lost, go away, don't say nothing. Nobody likes to be told they're useless. I've had it all my life, so it's no surprise. But just don't tell anybody. If you can't say a good word about someone, shut your gob. That's what my mother used to say. That means close your mouth. Shut your gob's a Scottish saying. For keep quiet, please. That was condescending as well. Anyway, we're not at the Clattering Brig yet, but I know we're getting close, because I remember this road from a year ago. I've stopped talking because I'm looking around me, and being a bloke, I can't oh, look at that falcon. Just flew straight across our front there. Being a bloke, I cannot multitask. I can either scratch my nose and talk, or talk and no scratch my head. So when I look about me, I have to concentrate. Because don't forget, I'm driving at the same time. And these people coming towards me just do not appreciate you running into them and saying, oops, sorry. That's the mountains up ahead. You can see them at the top end of the video here. I'm swinging around because there's potholes in the road. And it's easier to avoid them than it is to go in them and smash your wheel or your tyre. Because the councils up here don't spend anything on the roads at all. Nothing. They patch and repair, and the patch falls out the next week. So that's how it works up here. The powers that be seem to think everybody still uses a pony and cart. So they don't bother repairing the roads too much. It's only tourists and locals that use it, and they don't count. It's rather short-sighted because the locals have to live here and the tourists pay for things with whatever they spend. Oh, look at that view. That road over to the right there is the Drumtochty. I'll go slow here. This is the beginning. Now on your left there's a cafe up that hill there. There's a cafe called the Clattering Brig. You can see the notice in the upper car park. And there it is there, a licensed tea room.
Now I am off at a gallop. Whee! You're okay as long as nobody else is coming down the way, like him. You can get a move on. You see them poles I'm flashing past? Well, that's the snow measuring poles. And depending how much you can see of the poles sticking out the snow, the rest covered, and here we are at the car park on the top of Cairn O Mount. It takes you about 7 minutes steady driving, not at the speeds I was doing. The way across there is the east coast and the North Sea, and that's all you're seeing. I'm off back down again. I shall get a move on again, because when we get to the bottom we're going to spin around and go up the Drumtochty road up towards St Palladius, Drumtochty Castle and Drumtochty Glen. So it's all Drumtochty. They have the Highland Games there every year. Now we're heading up Drumtochty to Drumtochty. The little bridge on your right is the one that clatters when the water goes across, because this area floods. The one on the left's concrete, so it doesn't matter if it floods there. And now we're getting a shifty on, going up the glen. A lovely castle up here, as I said, and also good for weddings and parties and all that sort of stuff. And also they have the Highland Games here every year. This is how I discovered it, because I like going to the Highland Games, and I went up to Drumtochty and I shot some videos for somebody up there, and he's used me several times to shoot other items that he wants shooting, mainly Highland Games. Upwards and onwards, St Palladius, here we come.
Right, where are we? Oh, Highland Cow, I think to the left. You can't see it, I'm not moving the camera. Aye, Highland cattle, can tell with the horns.
Next stop is St Palladius, and we'll be there in a second, but there's roadworks and it is noisy and I want to keep recording, sorry.
There you are. The Reverend Michael Turner's place. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess where they're doing the foundations, so we'll keep to the side. But there you can see St Palladius himself there. I am walking, so the camera will be shaking a wee bit. There's no fancy roller track involved here. I'm going to zoom in on St Palladius so you can have a look at him. There you are. There's another St Palladius church somewhere as well. So it's not like he's the only St Palladius that's around. As far as I know, it's sort of like a private church that belongs to Drumtochty Castle, but I could be wrong. Because the graveyards and the burial stones here haven't all got the same name, and as you can see, it's half empty. Well, it's empty. And there is a river at the back, over yonder, which we're going to go and see. It must have snowed heavy here because the ground's a wee bit soggy. As it gets when the snow melts. There you go, wee stream. Or as they say in England, a babbling brook. And there's a back view of St Palladius Church. There you go. Lovely old place. Oh, what's that? I've not seen that before. Now if I'd got my torch, just let me check my pockets. I could go down there. But the steps are guys slippy. Oh, it's just a store. I thought it was a crypt. Never mind. You can't win them all. Your surname's Officer, in loving memory of Robert Young Officer, in loving memory of Henry Lawson Officer, Robert Orr, Alan Innes, David Innes. No history of who they are. Dedicated to the memory of the Reverend James Michael, born 1870, died 1945. This tablet is a tribute to a much loved pastor from the congregation Drumtochty and Drumlith, or Drumlithy. He giveth his beloved rest, Violet Agnes Rollo Michael, beloved wife and mother. Another officer, William Officer, who went to rest. And there's John St Palladius again. And he actually has his name underneath, just in case you get it mixed up. There you are, St Palladius. Bonny wee church. I'd like to see inside, but I've got a feeling it'll be kept under lock and key. We can try, can't we? There you go. No, it's locked. Oh no, it's not. What a lovely old kirk.
The font, not decorative, just very nice. Wee seats like we had in school. And the organ in there. What a lovely wee church. If I stand on the lectern, you can actually see the Bible is open. Oh, somebody I don't know. Okay. No decorative ceiling, and it's got a few leaks, or it's had a few leaks. But yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? Now that plaque there says, "To the glory of God and in memory of the Reverend James Stuart Gamel of Drumtochty, who built and endowed this church in 1884. He's buried in the churchyard in 1899. Also of his son, Sir Sidney James Gamel of Countess Wells, and Alice Trench Stobart. Their ashes lie buried beyond the altar." There you go. So there's a bit of local history here. And that's something to do with St. Palladius up there. It says he brought somebody to Jesus. Behold the Lamb of God, that stuff. And the dove of peace on there. Yeah, very good. Well, that ends this video. So thanks for watching. Cheerio now.